Hey guys, Predsley here, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about some more Godzilla figure news, which is pretty ironic because the first thing that we're going to be talking about isn't Godzilla, but it is Godzilla related. But we have our first in-hand look at the Neca King Kong figure, as well as our first ever look at the box for the figure, which is pretty cool. The first two images that I have, I do not have a original link to, so nothing I can really do about that. But the other images that I have, I do have a link to a YouTube video that they are from. The YouTube channel is called Luminous. I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong. If you are a Godzilla collector, you may have seen their reviews from time to time, or maybe you're subscribed to them. I have no idea. But I will link their video in the description below so you can check out their channel and that video, because there are more images of the figure and the box in the video that I do not have here. So if you want to see more, then there you go. From what we have, this officially confirms that the figure does not come with a closed mouth head, which is pretty disappointing. So it's going to be a bit awkward when I'm making stop motions with this figure. The figure is just not going to have a closed mouth, so it's I'll probably use the King Kong 1933 homage head for like a closed mouth head, which, of course it's not really closed, but it's better than using the roaring head constantly. So that's just what I'll go for. It's the best. It's the next best thing. So you gotta do what you gotta do. But it does seem that the figure is already out. Maybe I don't really know. I've seen that a few people already had it, and some people were selling it on eBay. But I assumed it was like the same kind of scenario with the NECA Godzilla, Bile Bile, and Hyper Mesa Blast version figures. They were first released in China and Hong Kong, also with the Playmates Godzilla vs. Kong figures. And that's what I figured this was what was going on with this figure, but turns out that these figures are in stores, like in Target and whatnot, in the US, which is a bit confusing. I guess they're just released early. I don't know if it's still planning on to be released in September, officially, because NECA hasn't said anything about it. They hadn't said anything about the figure, as far as I know. And I don't know if they're still going to be sold on Amazon, eBay, Big Bad Toy Store, and all the other websites. I would imagine that it is, because it would be a pretty stupid idea not to do that. Because, one, this isn't a Godzilla figure, so they should have all the rights to it, I would imagine, unless they lost their rights to Kong too, which wouldn't really make too much sense, because one, this is their own version of Kong. The only thing that is from a movie is the 1933 homage. I don't really know how licensing works fully, because I'm not really too, informed on that kind of stuff. But I don't know, it's confusing. They didn't say that they were losing the license to Kong, so I would imagine that they didn't. And not to mention, if they would, why would they make a figure at the exact time that they're losing it? It wouldn't really make too much sense there. So we'll just have to see what happens. I even asked NECA directly through DMs to see if what was going on. They haven't responded to me, so I have no idea. I'm hoping that it releases on Amazon. If not, then I'm gonna have to try and figure out some other way to get it from Target or whatever, It would be nice if I had a local Target, but my local Target closed like 4 years ago, so that's great. And if I don't get this figure, I'm going to be very upset, because I really want it. But out of that, we have a new photo gallery of the Neca Godzilla 2003 Hyper Mesa Blast version, which, like I said in my last video, came out on Monster Monday. I knew this kind of news was going to come out sometime this week, so it's good that my prediction was correct, because usually my predictions aren't. And we're going back to the Kong figure really quick. Hopefully we'll get some news about that soon, possibly this Monday for Monster Monday, maybe, I don't know. But going back to this, this does confirm that the figure is Target exclusive, which was obvious. Not really much to say about it. I've seen it like 1,000 times. I still think it looks, I don't really like it too much. It looks okay, I guess. I don't know. If I got this figure for some reason, I don't know why I got it. But if I did, I would probably customize it, maybe make it into a different kind of Godzilla. I don't know what kind of Godzilla I would make it into. Maybe Godzilla 2000, or I don't know. Maybe I'll do like a special kind of version of, or maybe I'll try to make like a Mecha Godzilla out of it. I don't know. I'd probably do something to customize it. I just don't like it like this. But out of talking about the figure directly, we have official images of the Neca Godzilla 2003 Hyper Mesa Blast version box, which is pretty interesting. I think the box looks okay. The poster for it looks odd. I'm not really a huge fan of it. Like, I have the Mecha Godzilla and it looks cool, but like the lightning effect at the bottom, like near Mecha Godzilla's like chest, looks weird. The like explosion next to Godzilla's face looks weird. It's just an odd poster. I would imagine this isn't like an official like Japanese poster. This is probably a poster that was used back when the movie was coming out, maybe in theaters in the U.S. or something like that. I don't know. I feel like this would be like a U.S. poster, less than an official Japanese poster for the film, because those posters are usually really good. This one's, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it. But there's not really much else to talk about. Besides that, the figure releases early September, which, surprise, surprise, I'm just kind of done talking about this figure, if I'm being honest. I'm sure you guys can tell. Next we have is our new Bandai HGD plus EX. No idea what the hell that is. Biolante figure, which looks pretty good. The head, I think we can all agree, is a bit too big. So that's one downside to that. The details look really good. It's Biolante, so of course it's gonna look good. It's I think Biolante is like one of everyone's favorite Godzilla monsters. Biolante isn't my favorite Biolante monster, but it's definitely up there in the maybe at least top 10, maybe top 5. I don't know. Yeah, I would have to go through each Godzilla monster to really rank it, but I think Biolante's pretty good, pretty cool, not good. I said. The figure has a light effect, which is pretty cool, similar to the SH Monster Arts, and the I think it's like Biolante's heart or something like that. The one that's orange, and then the other light is red, so that's pretty cool. This is probably my favorite thing for this, is it comes with 4 tentacle accessories, which is pretty cool. I wish SH Monster Arts would do something like that for the excuse me, for the Jesus, for the figure, instead of, you know, just having the figure itself, because we are paying $300 for it, so it'd be nice for it to come with something. But I imagine making movable tentacles that like attach to the ground or something would be a bit difficult to do, and that's something I could make myself, though the mouse wouldn't be able to open on its own because I don't know how to do that. I would just make it out of bendy wire, though bendy wire doesn't seem to be the perfect kind of material to use for figures from personal experience, but I don't have joints that I can just, you know, pull a box out and just, oh, this joint looks good, I can use that for this figure. So I really don't have too many options. So, yeah. The figure will be over 11 inches long, which is a pretty massive figure. I would imagine this figure is going to be hard plastic, you know, like, it's going to feel soft, but it's going to be, like, entirely molded, so it's not, like, squeezable. That's what I would imagine it's going to be like. You can order this now on Premium Bandai for $113. Now, this price, I can say, is a bit reasonable because it comes with a lot of stuff, and it is highly detailed, and it is a massive figure, but if you watched my last video, you'll know that I talked about a Bandai Vinyl Kong that is coming out. That is $90, which I said is overpriced, and compared to this, that I still think it is overpriced because it doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't come with anything. It's just highly detailed, which, to be honest, some parts on the figure look like they're just sculpted from clay, and they weren't really cleaned up to look professional. It looked more custom made than actually officially made, if I'm being honest, but yeah, it's whatever. I feel like this is a bit more of a reasonable price. I could have been maybe just $100, not $113. That's maybe it's a bit weird. Maybe $115 or $120, but $113, yeah, okay. But I don't know. This releases in March 2021, so if you want to get it, then you can buy it now and wait till March 2021, which is apparently when my SH Monster Arts figure is going to be arriving, which I don't think is going to be the case. I think it's going to come in January, which is what it's, you know, supposed to come. I think it's just saying that for the estimated time, so it's not like how it was with the Burning Godzilla. It was like, oh, this is coming out this thing, and then it ended up getting delayed, so they're like, oh, sorry, they did this the wrong day, we're so sorry. Like, I already knew this. You don't have to tell me. But, you know, I imagine they probably wanted to do that to avoid that issue again, if they do have to delay it. Maybe, I have no idea. But the last thing that we have for today is that the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2019 Event Exclusive Colored Edition. Didn't think we would talk about this figure anytime. But this figure is starting to ship, which is pretty cool for those who are waiting for this figure and who have bought it. Some have already gotten theirs, but you know, if you haven't gotten yours and you've ordered it, then be on the lookout because it's coming. But that is unfortunately it for this video. Not really too much exciting news to talk about. I mean, the Kong was pretty interesting and, you know, not really too much hype about it. You know, it's the same figure we've seen before. The box was pretty cool to see. But all the other confusing stuff about if it's being out already or if it's still coming out in September, I don't know, it just kind of ruined the hype for me a little bit, because now I have to try and figure out if the figure's coming out or not, because I really want to get this figure, you know what I mean? Too much stress. Not to mention I have so much projects I'm working on. I'm working myself to death. But I'm trying to get everything done before I go back to school, which I'm going back to school. Next week is my last week, so that's not fun. And I am doing schoolwork from home, so that'll be a bit more easier to do, finish up some projects that I haven't finished. But I do plan on finishing my stop motion that I've been planning on doing since last year. I do plan on finishing that by the end of hopefully next week. And if you're wondering what the stop motion is, it is the sequel to my last year's stop motion, Godzilla Bloodshed. So, if you are interested, then be on the lookout for that stop motion sometime next week, because I'm very excited about it. I've been wanting to work on this for a long time. Will it be the best stop motion I've made? The idea, I think it's really good. I don't think it's going to be the best stop motion I made, because, I'm not the best at making stop motions. But, I try my best. And hopefully I can get better with future planned stop motions. So, but please check out that stop motion when it comes out. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on it. And I'll see you till then. See you next time. Bye.